Woosnam is undoubtedly one of golf's all-time greats, with major championship victories and a well-deserved spot in the Hall of Fame. But even a career as stellar as his isn't without its share of drama. Who could forget the infamous penalty during the final round of the Open Championship at Royal Lytham St Annes? It's a moment that left a mark on his otherwise legendary reputation. But before we move on any further, make sure to subscribe. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like button. Let's take a trip down memory lane to one of the most talked about moments in golf history, a moment that still stings for Woosnam fans. It was the final round of the Open Championship at Royal Lytham St Annes, and Woosnam was in a prime position. He wasn't just playing well, he was leading the tournament, staring down the chance to claim what would have been his second major championship. Everything seemed to be going his way, but then came a twist no one saw coming. As Woosnam prepared to start the round, he was suddenly hit with a penalty, a two-stroke penalty to be exact. Why? It turned out he had one too many clubs in his bag, a violation of golf's strict rules. Imagine the heartbreak of realizing such a small oversight could have such massive consequences. To his credit, Woosnam handled it like a true professional. His caddy immediately took the blame, admitting it was his mistake for not checking the bag beforehand. But no amount of apologies could erase the impact. Those two penalty strokes proved costly, and with them went Woosnam's shot at lifting the claret jug for a second time. The incident sparked a lot of debate in the golfing world. Some felt it was an unfairly harsh punishment for an honest mistake. Others said the rules are the rules, and they apply to everyone, no matter how big a name you are. For Woosnam, though, it was a moment that overshadowed what could have been one of the greatest triumphs of his career. There's no denying it, Woosnam is one of a kind. His story has inspired countless golfers around the world. From humble beginnings to becoming one of the best in the game, Woosnam's journey proves that talent can take you far. Born in the town of Oswestry in Shropshire, England, Woosnam's roots are as down-to-earth as they come. His family lived in the nearby village of St Martin's, surrounded by the quiet beauty of the countryside. It was there, on the greens of Llanymynech Golf Club, a unique course that straddles the border between Wales and England, where Woosnam's love for golf took shape. What makes Woosnam's rise even more remarkable is that he didn't fit the mold of a typical golfer. Standing at just 1.64 meters, he was shorter than most of his competitors. But what he lacked in height, he more than made up for in power. Woosnam became known for his incredible hitting ability, proving that size wasn't everything in a sport where precision and skill often trump raw physicality. In his early days, Woosnam honed his craft as an amateur, competing in regional tournaments across Shropshire. It was during this time that he crossed paths with another young talent, Sandy Lyle, who would go on to have his own impressive career. The two often competed side by side, pushing each other to improve and laying the groundwork for future success. When he turned professional in 1976, the journey ahead was anything but glamorous. By the time he joined the European Tour in 1979, Woosnam was grinding it out on a shoestring budget, traveling across Europe in a camper van and living on baked beans to save money. The breakthrough came in 1982 when Woosnam's hard work finally paid off. That year, he captured his first European Tour victory at the Swiss Open, a moment that catapulted him into the spotlight. He finished 8th on the Order of Merit, a significant jump that proved he was a force to be reckoned with. From that point on, there was no looking back. Over the next decade, Woosnam established himself as one of the most consistent and dominant players on the European Tour. He finished in the top 10 on the Order of Merit an astonishing 13 times, including an unbroken streak from 1983 to 1991. His best years came in 1987 and 1990 when he topped the Order of Merit. In 1987, he even set a world record for global tournament earnings, raking in over $1 million, a jaw-dropping figure at the time. Woosnam's career was defined by big moments and bigger wins. He captured 28 official titles on the European Tour and added many more victories in tournaments around the world. But success wasn't limited to just trophy lifts. He placed third in the 1986 Open Championship, coming tantalizingly close to one of golf's most prestigious titles. Yet as with any career, controversy wasn't far behind. In 1987, Woosnam faced criticism from anti-apartheid activists for participating in a tournament in Sun City, South Africa, during the apartheid era. The event went against a United Nations cultural boycott, and the decision sparked heated debate. While some questioned his choice, others focused on his growing list of achievements. 1991 was truly the year that defined his career. That spring, Woosnam reached the pinnacle of the sport, climbing to the top of the official world golf ranking. He didn't just dip his toes in the rarefied air of the world's best. He dominated, holding the coveted world #1 spot for an impressive 50 weeks, from April 1991 to March 1992. The highlight of that year, and perhaps his entire career, came at Augusta National. Woosnam won the Masters tournament, becoming the first player representing Wales to claim a major championship. It was a moment of of pure brilliance, putting him in the same league as his British rivals Sandy Lyle and Nick Faldo, who had also donned the famous green jacket. But as with any great story, the highs were followed by challenges. After winning the Taurus Monte Carlo Golf Open in 1991, the relentless grind of the global tour caught up with him. Woosnam admitted to being exhausted after competing in too many tournaments around the world. His form began to dip in the latter half of the year, a tough pill to swallow for a player who had been on top of the world just months earlier. Then came a bizarre and unfortunate twist. In December 1991, while traveling on a British train, his sterling silver Masters trophy, a $9,000 replica of the original, was stolen. The incident added a strange footnote to what had been a year of historic achievements and hard-earned lessons. Woosnam continued to compete at the highest level through the 1990s, capturing his last official European Tour victory at the 1997 Volvo PGA Championship. However, his form started to wane in the late 1990s, leaving fans wondering if they'd ever see a Woosnam comeback. In 2001, he almost delivered on that hope at the Open Championship. Woosnam was in contention and finished third despite a two-stroke penalty during the final round, a penalty for carrying 15 clubs in his bag instead of the allowable 14. The mistake, which fell on his caddy Miles Byrne, was a tough blow. Ever the professional, Woosnam initially chose not to fire Byrne, saying, "It is the biggest mistake he will make in his life. He won't do it again. He's a good caddy. I am not going to sack him. He's a good lad." But things took a turn when, just 2 weeks later, Byrne missed a tee time after a night out drinking. Woosnam made the difficult decision to let him go, bringing an end to their partnership. Later that year, Woosnam reminded the world why he was still a force to be reckoned with. At the age of 43, he became the oldest player to win the World Match Play Championship. His victory over Parag Harrington in the final wasn't just impressive, it was historic. Woosnam became the first golfer to win the trophy in 3 different decades, having previously claimed the title in 1987 and 1990. Woosnam's Ryder Cup career is equally storied. From 1983 to 1997, he was a member of 8 consecutive European Ryder Cup teams. While he never won a singles match, his overall record of 14 wins, 12 losses, and 5 halves in 31 matches speaks to his skill and contribution to the team. In 2006, he took the helm as captain, leading Europe to a dominant victory over the U.S. at the K Club in Ireland. Even after turning 50, Woosnam wasn't done adding to his legacy. In 2008, he joined the European Seniors Tour and wasted no time making his mark. That June, he won his first stroke play title in 11 years at the Parkridge Polish Seniors Championship, setting a course record with a final round 63. By the end of the year, Woosnam had claimed the European Seniors Tour Order of Merit, becoming the only golfer to win that honor on both the regular European Tour and the Seniors Tour. And that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible journey of Ian Woosnam, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more inspiring stories and exciting content.